You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The Herons are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Batter Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. $3.99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Welcome to episode number 1 of the Battered Soccer Fans.
Good. You know, talking about soccer, I mean, it's a new world for me. But
Bryce Duke is
a monster.
gearing up to be a number 10. I don't know if I don't know how that works if Messi really does come next year. Inter Miami is in eighth place right now in the East, right? One spot away from the playoffs, and they're doing this literally with no DPs. They have 3 spots. They're supposed to be filled for 3 impact players, right? Like stars. And they are right outside the playoffs without those. Imagine when they fill those in. Imagine if Messi really comes and if he brings Luis Suarez like everybody's saying that he was. It's so unbelievable that those are the guys that are going to end up on my team. But if they can fill in those 3 DP spots and add it to the core that they have already, Inter Miami's set up in the future to be very good.
I think Higuain is getting humbled, though. I feel like he's getting humbled real quick, and I feel like he is. I feel like he is.
He lost his starting spot to Campana.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 382. Happy anniversary, 3rd year. Well, actually, 3rd year completed. And how you doing, sir?
How crazy was it that video led saying Bryce Duke's going to be our 10, huh?
Well, I did say, I don't know how that works when Messi gets here next year, but we found out how that worked. Bryce Duke was out the door before Messi ever got here. Yeah. But yeah, man, it was looking back at where we were 3 years ago and seeing some of the nonsense that people are complaining about now. Oof. Man, if you were there during those times, you'd be really happy right now because it's a whole new world.
Yes. Oh, no, absolutely. Completely different. 180 from one to another. Tommy from Scarves and Spikes saying, I'm wearing my birthday suit for this anniversary.
So shout out to everybody. Appreciate the happy anniversary and 3 years. And real quick, appreciate Chris for being next to me for those 3 years. It's been fun talking football with you, especially since you hated the sport. And now we're here. We started Battered Soccer Fans is what we used to call it at first for the first couple episodes. Eventually we got this Battered Herons, and here we are 3 years later, 382 episodes in, and the greatest player of all time later, 1 trophy later. You know, not too shabby.
It's been a roller coaster, but a really fun roller coaster, to be honest. Like, who would have thought that we would have gone through all of that? Bryce Duke to Messi. And 3 years of talking about soccer, like this is cool stuff.
Yeah, and then we met a lot of cool people along the way. People from the chat. We've gotten to. I kind of feel like we get to know you because you guys hang out with us on a consistent basis, and then guests like Tommy. We even hung out with Tommy in person. Like we might have to meet a lot of cool people. So it's been an awesome 3 years. Hopefully we got more coming. And yes, 3 years already. I know it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, man. Comes and goes. And look, Mike V is making sure we don't forget Carolina Cup.
I'm glad that you said that because I was worried when you said 2 trophies. I was worried you're gonna say the Supporter Shield, but that Supporter Shield doesn't count. So yes, Carolina Cup, absolutely.
There we
All right. We were gonna have a guest, one that I thought would be perfect for the 3-year anniversary, especially since we were gonna compare 2022 to 2025. But unfortunately, things kind of fell through. We're not going to say who the guest is because that guest is still supposed to join us hopefully next week. But unfortunate, but we will troop on and we will still have a great episode, especially with the chat. So we're going to move on.
His name might rhyme with Pemerson Rodriguez. Maybe.
But yeah, so let's get into it, Chris. 2022 versus 2025. And then Tommy said, Tommy, you know you're more than welcome. It's just that you derailed our show, Tommy. And up until like a couple hours ago, we thought we had a guest.
Yes.
Yeah. And then saying Tommy's here, get him on. Tommy, you know what? Towards the end of the show, if you want to jump on, absolutely. We'd love to have you on.
More than welcome. More than welcome.
Yeah. So 2022 is when we began. And, I understand a lot of people are frustrated that for some reason we couldn't beat PSG, which I feel like most people thought we couldn't. Some people are upset that all we did was get out of the group stage, which even though before the fact that was the goal. And they're upset that Messi doesn't have enough things around him, which we have the best roster in the league that we play in. So I wanted to just take a little step back and take you guys back to at least where we started, 2022. Now, Chris, I'm going to pull up the starting 11 from the first game that happened after our first episode. Now, to give you a point of reference for people that were watching Inter Miami back then.
Yeah.
The episode right before our first, the game right before our first episode was the Indiana Vassilev subbing in the 82nd minute and scoring those two late goals against Minnesota.
Yes.
That was the very first game we spoke about because that was the game that happened right before our first episode. Right after our first episode, here we go. This is the starting lineup.
And if I'm not mistaken, that year we got like 19 acquisitions, no? It was like 19
like 18 new players, yep.
Yeah, like 18, 19 new people. I mean, for those of you on audio, do you want to walk through this or do you want me to go ahead and walk through
let them know how far we've come.
I mean, it's got Calendar and goal, so that name's a little familiar. You got a solid back line with, I don't even know what we're doing here. Is Taylor a left wing back? Because Yedlin's a right wing back.
Yes,
so
wing back.
Robert Taylor, this guy right here, was a left wing back. McVay at left center back. Sailor, that's a familiar name, at the mid center back. Damian Lowe at right center back. Yedlin at the strong right wing back. You got the double powerful pivot of Jean Mota and Alex and what's this guy? Victor Ulloa. We got Indiana Vassilev on the right wing, Ariel Lassiter at the left wing, and then at top we got Higuain.
And that was Higuain's first start in a very long time because up until that point, Campana had taken his spot.
Yes.
So that is where we were 3 years ago to this day. And now look at us now.
Other than Lassiter, look at Sean saying, other than Lassiter, that's not a bad lineup.
Now, 3 years ago to the day, that was our lineup. Now, we have a team that was good enough to beat a European squad, got out of a Club World Cup group stage. We won a trophy. We have the GOAT, and people are still complaining that we don't have enough. I don't know, man. It's hard when I look back at this to be upset.
There's no way you can get upset. I mean, look at this team. I mean, at left wing back, instead of Robert Taylor, you have Jordi Alba. Instead of Ulloa and Mota, you have Busquets and add either Redondo or Bright. At center back, I mean, technically we still have Sailor, but
he's not starting. He never sees the pitch.
Yeah, he never sees the pitch. Damian Lowe, I'm with this take right here.
Oh, you're fucking crazy.
I'm with this take right here. Mike B with
the fire. Audio, Mike B said Higuain over Suarez. You're crazy.
Higuain at the end was hitting bangers.
Yeah, for
he's
the
got
last
class.
2 months. Higuain was trash for the majority of the time he was here. For basically the whole time he was here. He had 2 magical months. That was it.
I'm just saying, Danny, he was hitting bangers at the end. If you see the trajectory chart, he's going this way.
No, it wasn't. It was flat line and then straight up. That was it. Then he retired.
And imagine straight up. I mean, that's into the stars.
It was going to come right back down. It was like Tower of Terror. It was going to come crashing back down.
I mean, listen, you had Pozuelo feeding him and he was scoring. Imagine Messi.
Oh, my God. Please.
I mean, another Argentine. Come on, Danny. Picture that.
Yeah.
I mean, Saga
Well,
Daddy's saying Higuain equals Suarez.
no way, man. Suarez is so much better. And I don't even like Suarez. You guys know I'm not a Suarez fan. But Suarez is a million times better than Higuain.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, look, Stancy's saying Higuain had a few good months, but was mostly checked out mentally.
Well, that was the starting lineup 3 years ago to the day. There was a people in the chat. It might have been Sean. I don't know. I saw somebody say that's a solid MLS lineup.
Yes.
If that's a solid MLS lineup, how are people complaining about the squad that we have right now? If that's a solid lineup, then this is the greatest lineup of all time, the one that we have right now.
Possibly. I mean, what? But people talk about the LA Galaxy lineup from like, I don't know, what, 10 years ago or something. I forgot what year it was, as like one of the top MLS lineups of all time.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. All right. So I just wanted to check in on the past a little bit, just drop that real quick. And now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Yes, Sean. Club World Cup. We are now what? It was Sunday, was it? The game? We are now 48 hours removed, more than 48 hours removed.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the Club World Cup?
It's a weird place to be in, right? Because, I mean, in reality, we outperformed our expectations. So you want more, even though you know that there's a limit, right? I mean, you're playing against the best team of this year of the world in PSG. So like you kind of have to dictate your expectations accordingly. But I think it was a success. I think it was a success, and we represented MLS properly. I feel like as a team, we represented ourselves properly, and the expectations were pretty low. So I think that we walked away with this unscathed, I guess.
And I don't know who Alex is, but saying Ale from ESPN said our team except Messi played with no soul. I completely disagree.
Wow.
Completely. Because you're taking only that PSG game into account. When you look at the tournament overall, for the most part, when you look at the Al Ali game, that second half, Ustadi, Falcon, the whole defensive backline, all three games, our defensive backline was solid. Redondo had a great game against Palmeiras. And no, it was against Porto that he had a great game. Palmeiras, it was okay. We had a bunch of players play very well. People were talking highly about Allende, even though he wasn't great, but he had his moments. So
Yeah.
I don't know who Ale is, but that was a bad take by Ale, if that's what he's saying.
Well, I mean, there's other people saying that he's just an idiot, like that he has dumb takes, right?
And saying Will from MLS Move said was embarrassing. Well, it's funny you say that, because later tonight we're gonna be on with Will, and I'm gonna be yelling at him because I hit him up about that, and he said he'd come and talk to us. So we cut the conversation short so that we can yell at each other as we're recording. So we're going to be doing that later on.
And how can they be embarrassing? I mean, nobody expected them to get out of the group. Like, I mean, I think getting out of the group is already a success. You're already winning.
Yeah. Well,
And
like
people are saying
Zlatan
cooked it or Miami.
Oh, that's another cornball. He's upset that he came to the MLS and he thought he was going to do so much. He didn't do crap. Zlatan
He's
didn't
a top
do crap.
cornball.
He didn't do crap. He thought that he was like, I don't win a lot of trophies outside of PSG. Let me go to the MLS and win something. He didn't do crap. Carlos Vela ended up winning while he was here, and that chapped his ass. So Zlatan didn't do crap. So he's just there, just sour as hell. And by the way, I heard that those weren't even real quotes by him.
Is it? Well, look, he has a hell of a highlight package for MLS. I mean, he's got sexy highlights.
That first game, his debut, he had.
No, he's got some other bangers. He's got some other bangers.
And you know what he doesn't have? Any highlights of him holding up any trophies here, because he couldn't do crap.
He's got some weird, really cool shots, Danny. He's got some good stuff. You gotta look at it. It's on the MLS Apple package, whatever. Well, I mean, Mez is saying Zlatan was kind of right. Again, we don't know if these are like real. First of all, what's happening in soccer news all over the place?
And what drives me crazy is that all of this is after the PSG game.
Yes.
Before the PSG game, nobody was saying
So easy.
anything like this. Everybody was like, wow, Inter Miami, they got out of the group. Oh my God, they could have and should have won the group. They are outperforming their expectations. Inter Miami is really showing up on the global scene. Inter Miami showing themselves to be real competition to these other clubs across the world that we thought were far superior. Maybe the gap isn't as big as we thought. And all of a sudden, they play against the best team in the world, the one that's been smacking other top teams around 5-0, 4-0. And then Inter Miami comes in with their $5 million roster, and everybody's like, statues, soulless. Eat up.
Messi's the only one that has any want in this game.
But right before the PSG game, everybody's like, oh, yeah, they're doing amazing. Wow, this is impressive. Wow.
Sexy player, Allende.
First team to ever beat a European squad. That's a big deal. And, no, that's it. PSG smacks them up. Oh, that's it. Soulless. Statues. Messi's wasting his time. Shut the hell up. People don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Well,
and thank you, Dennis. And we weren't fully healthy either, because on top of the fact that we have restrictions, we had injuries. So probably outside of our top four Barca boys, Bright is probably our best player. He was out the whole time. Jordi Alba wasn't fully healthy. He didn't start until the last game against PSG. Like, come on, man.
Well, I mean, I could see what you're saying. I mean, literally, it says that Paris Saint-Germain's salary is 205 million euros.
Oh, so that's what, like 220? And so let's keep it at $205 million. But it is more than $205 million. But let's say it is $205 million. Only $200 million more than us.
$239.9 million. That's how much that team is worth. How much is our team worth by the books? $5 million?
I mean, if you add Messi's salary, which I think is 20, Busquets and all that, we're like under 30 million.
We're like not even a quarter of theirs. Not even a quarter of theirs.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, like I said, it annoys me that people are playing the PSG result and forgetting the previous three games, in which after those three games, everybody was like, "Oh my God, Inter Miami, looking so good," and all of a sudden, "Oh no, man, no soulless statues." Shut the hell up, fucking idiots.
Well, according to this, the lowest paid player makes. Let's see here, 120,000 euros per year.
PSG?
In PSG, Ibrahim Mbaye.
Is he on the 20-man though?
Let me see. I don't know if he's on the 20-man roster. I'm gonna have to do more research than that. Sorry.
All right. Well, so Club World Cup, we both agree. We thought it success. They spent over $1 billion over the last 5 years. Over $1 billion, and I'm not exaggerating. Over the last 5 years, they spent over $1 billion on transfers. So, all right.
Everybody just took the opportunity when Inter Miami lost to PSG to just shit on Inter Miami.
They were waiting for it. They were like, "Ooh, when Al Ahly beats them, oh, I can't wait to completely poop on them. Oh, when Porto beats them, that's what happens when you play against a European team. I can't wait until Miami loses to them. Oh, can't do that either. Well, Palmeiras, the top Brazilian team, can't wait to crap on Miami. Oh, can't do it again. All of a sudden, people are like, "Oh my God, I'm so antsy. I need to talk crap about Miami. Please lose already." You know, it's nice to be that team though. It's annoying, but it's nice. It's nice that people dislike us, because if they weren't jealous of us, they wouldn't hate us so much.
Exactly.
But they hate that we have Messi. They hate that we have Messi.
Absolutely.
All right, now talking about Messi, the usual reports are starting to come around. The rumors is Messi leaving. So I guess we'll waste our time, our breath, and our saliva to talk about it again. Although I think it's stupid, it's pointless, but we shall do it anyway. Chris, a lot of rumors saying that Messi might be leaving. Some very credible Argentine, he's going to leave, when he retires. So some very credible Argentine reporters are saying that Messi's leaving. So do you believe this? Is he leaving?
Dude, I mean, I don't understand how people can come to the conclusion. There's so many things that have been reported about Messi. What's credible anymore? Is this
Messi,
Argentine
look,
credible?
by the way, and Messi FC, Gaston Edul. Yes, that's cute. Him and Fabricio, both of those. Go look it up. I'm sure that they still have it on their Twitter. Go back to December 2022. December 2022. I see that they both tweeted, "Oh, looks like he's going back to Barcelona. Terms are agreed upon." Then they had everybody going out and customizing him on his brand new Barcelona kit, the one that had come out that year. Go ahead, look it up. Go ahead, look it up.
So Kata is here saying he's giving some credence. He's saying, I'm gonna be honest, Edul is close to Messi, so it has me second guessing.
Is there a chance?
There's been
and this is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that they're doing this to force the arm of the MLS? To loosen up the salary restrictions. To be like, look, Messi's thinking of leaving because he's tired of these restrictions.
The money's big. Yeah.
So maybe we got to do something, because if he leaves because of these reasons, we're going to have a hard time bringing other players in. What do we do?
Well, that's the problem, right? It's not necessarily about Messi's contract, because he's going to get paid no matter what through other factions. It's about, are you going to give me the supporting cast that I need? Hernan Cott is saying Messi needs to get ready for World Cup, guys. And Steve Munoz actually is on your boat there, Danny. Says 100% to put pressure on the league, because that's the issue. It's not necessarily his contract.
So where is he going? Is he going to go to play in Italy? Are people thinking that he's going to go back to Barcelona? Is he going to go to...
Or Newell's Old Boys?
Okay. Now...
I mean, it's all over the place. It's all over the place.
For people that are saying that he wants to go and he wants to get ready for the World Cup.
Saudi League?
The Saudi League would not be the league, and the Argentine League would not be the league.
I mean,
people are saying Napoli maybe and Barcelona. I don't see the Barcelona thing happening just because there's still bad blood there, right? So that's not happening anytime soon. And then Napoli, do you really think he goes and follows in Maradona's footsteps?
I mean, Higuain went to Italy.
I don't see him.
And then to follow in Maradona's footsteps, like, is that a good look for him and not define his own trajectory? Why follow? Why be in the shadow of?
And again, and I don't see Barcelona picking him up. And Mr. Krabs said Barcelona hasn't even been able to sign Nico Williams. Look, he's not leaving, guys. I know that Gaston really lights your ass and it gets you really excited because you're like, oh, he's going back to Barcelona. He's not. Maybe he will in the future. It's not happening next year. It's not happening next year. So maybe it will happen in the future. But next year, he's going to be in Miami, guys.
I mean, everybody's getting lit up by that guy.
I mean, look. I look.
Man City Messi is good.
Chris and I aren't insiders. We're never going to report anything because that's not what we do. We don't do anything. But when you hear us talking this confidently, you don't think that maybe we've heard a thing or two?
Well, I mean, I think the problem is that everybody just starts throwing Messi, this team, Messi, that team. I heard this, I heard that. And listen, when the Messi sweepstakes were going on, so many teams were rumored. And everybody guaranteed him in specific places. And Inter Miami was cooking in the background, and nobody even expected it.
Well, I think that the PSG loss is the opportunity that everybody, and look, Messi FC just said it. The PSG loss happened. They're like, oh, Messi got to go. This isn't competitive enough. Like, come on, man. I don't know.
But that's the thing. Maybe it is forcing the hand of MLS to be like, I need better people. You need to raise the salary, because I don't think it should be uncapped. I do think that there should be a cap. I think that it needs to be raised higher, and additional DP slots need to open up.
I 100% agree with you. I am okay with them adding. Hell, give them 6 DPs. Give them half the team DP players. I think
Yeah.
that's enough. That's enough. Is it enough to win the Club World Cup? Maybe not, but I think that's enough to start bringing many more good players. I am all in on that. But I also don't want just a free for all where all of a sudden the Man Cities and the PSGs of the world start just dominating the rest of the league. I'm not a fan of that. So
What about Mike V? Is saying what is viable is that Messi resigns and gets loaned out for 6 months per his request, but he is signing. So maybe like a signing and then a loan
to where?
I don't know, dude. Wherever all these,
He's not going to Barcelona. So everybody,
all
that's,
these
I know,
pundits.
and I don't blame you because Messi fans that have been Messi fans for a long time, they fell in love with him while he was in Barcelona, and to them, that's like it's like a wet dream seeing him play for Barcelona one more time. I get it, but just get off of that cloud at least for now. He's not going back to Barcelona next year at least.
Look, loan to Milan.
I think he's here next year. He has stake in this team. He has part ownership of this team. This team is about to open up a brand new stadium next year. He's going to be here for that, guys. So he's going to be here for the new stadium.
Kata is saying Italy is a retirement league of the top 5 leagues. I thought we were like the top retirement league here.
We're not a top 5 league. He's talking about the top 5 leagues in the world.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
I mean, Zlatan would love to have him. Zatlin or Zlatan?
Sultan.
Yeah, Sultan. Okay, would love him in Milan.
Messi says Danny is scared of Messi leaving. I mean, I don't want him to leave, but I'm not scared because it's not going to happen.
I mean, you guys kidding me? We got Santi Morales.
Let's bring back Bryce Duke back.
I mean, we can't get Bryce Duke. Bryce Duke's open right now. Right? Get our 10 back. We could go get Pozuelo. He's playing in some like random Turkish league or something. I have clips of Pozuelo recently, so we can go get him.
Yeah. And by the way, somebody asked when we had that lineup of the starting lineup back for our first episode. Somebody asked, where are those players now? Chris is working on a video. Actually, we're gonna put out soon of literally where all those where are they now players are right now. So that should be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's been tough to get some of that.
Yeah.
Emerson is available. He's playing like in a Russian league.
Mm-hmm.
I had to dig deep in the crates for the Emerson clips.
All right. Reinforcements.
Speaking of opening it up, reinforcements. I mean, that's one of the things that we need. We're literally losing players left and right due to all kinds of stuff.
Steve Munoz with the Breck Shea. This is the thing. This is the best roster in the league right now. What else could you do to improve the best roster? Like, what do you want? Like, I get people wanted to improve for the Club World Cup because we needed it. Like, would you want a winger?
You know, this would have been
a center back.
This would have been a good episode to go over the contracts of some of these players.
Because I don't know if
well, did you see the release of the MLS that they released the salaries of all these players on the team?
But it was off because Jordi Alba was listed at $6 million, but his contract has been restructured since then.
Well, I mean, Gonzalo Lujan is making like $1 gajillion, and he's a garbage bag.
But he signed with us for like $1 billion years. Like I think he has the contract that goes out the furthest for us. Like,
ooh.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that he is the one that signed for the longest period of time on our roster.
Well, I mean, we do need a center back. We lost David Martinez. Ian Frey's.
Okay. Are you happy with Noah Allen?
Yes.
Okay. Falcon played very good in this tournament.
Yes. I mean,
do you think that
other than the video that we?
Yeah, but look, I have hopes that after that tournament run, that maybe he gets his stuff together. It takes some player some time to adjust to a new league and to the MLS, especially.
I mean, Brad is saying here, I swear to God, if we don't bring any players when the window opens up, we're so cooked. We ain't winning the MLS Cup with this squad. Brad's on it though, Danny. Brad's on it.
No, Brad, no, stop.
Brad's
Brad's
on
not
it.
on it. No, Brad, who's beating us? How are we cooked? There is no MLS team with a better roster.
You go, Brad.
There is no better roster than the one we have. So who's cooking us? Is it a guarantee that we win? No. But you cannot look at any single roster in this entire league and be like, we're cooked. Look at that roster. Look at that team. Look at fucking Vancouver. After they lost Champions Cup, they're like on a downhill spiral, which you kind of saw coming. Everybody saw that coming. Like, come on.
Don't worry about him, Danny. I mean, don't worry about him.
And kind of said we lost last year with a better roster. Absolutely. That's why I said it's not guaranteed. But to say that if we don't have any signings, we're cooked. We already have the best roster. Like, it doesn't guarantee you a win, but like just improving the best roster more. Okay, yeah, I guess that's a positive. But if we don't, it doesn't mean we're cooked. I do expect us to sign somebody, but I don't think we're cooked.
You need to get in the shop quick and make a "I got Brad's back" shirt because I got Brad's back.
That's probably Guzan. F Guzan. We had a better roster last year and got eliminated. I understand. What I'm saying is if we go, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because we're going to get somebody in this transfer window. Okay. I'm sure of it. But if for some reason we didn't, we still have the best roster in the league. So how are we cooked? Is there a guarantee you win? Absolutely not. That's the beauty of the playoffs. That's why people like the playoffs, because it's no guarantee. The best team doesn't always win, but it doesn't mean you're cooked. We still have the best roster.
I don't know, dude. I'm following Brad's word, and I think that he's. And Brad is saying here, hold on. How can you say this is the best squad when Boosie has been cooked left and right this whole season? Suarez, don't even get me started on him.
Because look at MLS rosters and look at the majority of central defensive midfielders, and they're getting cooked. This is the MLS. Unfortunately, the defensive side of the ball doesn't get paid a lot of money, so they're not very good. Suarez, okay, that's fair. Suarez hasn't been great, but we have, 30 teams in the league now? How many strikers, and don't say 30, how many strikers in the league are better than Suarez? It's not 30.
No, it's
I
not
wouldn't
30.
even say half of them. He's in the top half, even with his regression.
We got a new Mike in the chat, Mike E, saying, I think many of your players will leave. Yeah, shout out to Mike E. Say, I think many of your players will leave after this season. We got a Mike battle, huh?
Why? Why are they going to leave? Well, Busquets might leave and Suarez might leave.
Maybe we can get.
Campana is not better than Suarez.
I don't know about Campana being better than Suarez. I don't agree with that, but I think that we were dumb to let Campana go. I feel like he would have been a better player for this roster versus Obando. I mean, look at Obando. We got Obando, and we haven't even used him.
What's the point of bringing Obando? It
was worthless. Him and Lujan are the most worthless signings ever.
The reason top teams loan out their young players is because, hey, if he stays with us, they're not going to get any playing time. So let me loan him out to a team that has lesser quality so you can get some playing time. I'm sure Atletico Madrid is probably thinking to themselves, what the hell did we loan him to you for? You're not even using the poor kid. Like, I guess he's spending time with Messi and Suarez, so that's nice. But that was weird.
And then Brad is saying Boosie is playing on all fours nowadays. I don't think even his head at this point.
No.
I mean, he's not playing on all fours, but
he hasn't been that bad. He's been playing. He's had good games.
He has, but I mean, he's also
that's the rough part, dude. The rough part about sports is the recency bias. You guys forget about everything. Like until we hopefully beat Montreal this weekend, everybody's just gonna be focused in on that 4-0 loss to PSG. That's all anybody's focused in on.
I mean, we got cooked.
And then Soccer Daddy said Boosie without Bright support. Unfortunately, even when Bright plays, for some reason Boosie stays back and Bright is bringing the ball up, which makes no sense to me.
I'm not accepting this, Jack Hart. Obando's not injured. Obando's not injured. No way, dude. No way.
Maybe.
No way. Stancy, no, don't believe it. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype, Stancy. He's not injured.
All right, go ahead.
No, I mean, we do need reinforcements, Danny. Like, I understand we are like still a good team, but
that's where I disagree with you. I wouldn't mind the reinforcement I don't think we need reinforcements.
Well, we don't need wingers. That we have plenty of. We don't
If our
need.
team is fully healthy, I think we're okay.
So we don't need wingers. We don't need any more CMs or 10s because we got Baltasar, we got Segovia, we got Messi, we got Ben Krem, we got David Ruiz who can kind of fill in the role. We got in the midfield and the wings, we're good. On defense, we do need people, Danny. David Martinez went down. I mean, he's out. Ian Frey went down. At this moment, no Allen's down.
So,
but that's like 3-4
weeks in the short term. So, okay, so let's sign them so that they can play for the next 4 weeks. And then what do? We have Noah Allen, Ian Frey, Toto Aviles, and Falcon. You have 4 center backs, 4 players for 2 spots. Again, if we add somebody else, that's fine. Would I say that we need it? No, we don't need it. And then Jordan's asking how many games are we behind now? I'm not sure what you mean. If you're asking how many games in hand we have, most teams have played 20 games, and we're at 16. So right now we're in 6th place in the East, 10th place in the Supporter Shield. But if we play those 4 games that we have in hand and we win them all, I believe, I have to double check, that we're either in 1st or 2nd place in the East and Supporter Shield. So we're not in bad shape. Yeah, it doesn't look great to say 6th and 10th place, but that's because we have 4 games in hand. And by the way, when you look at us having 4 games in hand, we're in 3rd place for most goals scored. And most teams have played 4 more games than us.
Hold on. Sean is dropping knowledge here. He's saying DM, CB, and a winger are biggest needs. That order, DM, Danny, specifically.
Defensive midfielder. So, wait, what are we taking out? We're taking out Bright when he comes back? Are you taking out?
Well, I mean, Bright. We're taking, no, it's got to be Redondo.
But he doesn't even start. Bright starts. Isn't in that order?
Bright's injured right now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the window opens at the end of July, which Bright should be back by then.
Yes.
Are you still going to want him when Bright comes back?
No, I don't think we need defensive midfielders.
Okay. Well, we can't sign anybody right now. It's at the end of July.
I think center backs we need.
So central defensive midfielder, is that really the biggest need? I don't think so.
I think center backs are number 1.
Center back? Okay, we have.
I mean, Sean is saying Cel Redondo. So for him, he's like, he doesn't even exist.
That doesn't happen. So we have Noah Allen, which I believe most people are happy with. You have Ian Frey, which played very well at center back when he got to play, and he'll be back before the window opens. You have Falcon, which just had a great tournament. You have Toto Aviles, which had stopped making boneheaded plays until that PSG game where he came in, and seconds later he got that yellow card. But you have Toto Aviles, which coming off the bench isn't the worst. I'm not a Toto hater. And then you have the Swiss Army knife in Lujan, which I don't love. But you have 5 center backs. You're not picking up any center backs in this transfer window. Okay, so that's center defensive midfielder. We're not picking that up. Center backs, we're not picking any of those up. So what's left?
Though. But we need that.
Okay, so who wouldn't start anymore?
Well, for sure, Lujan, I don't know what we're doing with him, but we made a huge mistake signing that guy.
Okay.
So I'd like somebody else.
Okay.
Not Lujan.
So you're not good with Noah Allen and Ian Frey starting as center backs?
Ian Frey, but he's not going to put him at center back.
He was playing center back when he got injured.
Yes, but like out of necessity at that time. He put him at center back, and then he had Wagon at the right back position.
So what you're doing is you want to get somebody else to push Ian Frey even further back in the depth chart.
No, because Ian Frey is going to win his right back position back.
Okay.
I mean, Wagon, we could throw him at center back. He played some center back.
Center back, defensive midfield, and what was the third one that Sean said? Was it winger?
It was a winger, yes.
Okay.
I think we have a lot of those. No, we got Fafa.
We don't have anybody. We don't have any winger. We don't have any true winger.
If you really think about it, how versatile our team is, we have Ben Krem who plays the midfield and winger.
But no,
we have Segovia who plays mid. All right, but I'm just telling you what Mascherano does.
And I'm telling you that is an actual need because we have non-wingers playing out wide.
There's no way Gregory's coming back, Cara. He is awesome in Botafogo right now. He plays all game. He's not going to come over here and play 20 minutes. He's like a shining star on the defensive side of that team.
And then, like Sakurati said, right now we're playing a 4-4-2. We don't need wingers.
Until we need wingers. And then we start using midfielders as wingers. Jordan's been happy with Benkrem lately. Yeah, when he plays centrally, yeah.
Before we get into the second half expectations, because it's our 3rd anniversary, I'm just going to throw a random video out there. It's one of my favorite videos, just because it was something that, I don't know, it just caught me off guard. And I mean, Chris was right, so I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I'm just going to play this real quick. Just a quick trip down memory lane a second, and then we'll keep going.
This is crazy, man. You got everybody thinking that we're kissing sisters out here. I mean, this is
a little longer than a few minutes later.
Definitely is going to be interesting to see how that works.
I guess we're getting ready for a sister kissing fiesta.
I'm not even sure what that means. What does that even mean?
Like, you know how everybody says when you tie, it's like a brother and sister kissing. Like,
no, I've never heard.
You never heard
before.
that? Oh, you're a wild bro. Listen, all of you guys in the chat, when you guys hear about ties, please tell me that I'm not a crazy person here when I say that there is a saying where a brother and sister that kiss is like a tie. That's like a legitimate saying in this world for like hundreds of years.
The chat has gone silent. The chat has gone silent. For anybody on audio,
dude, you should just clip. Honestly, you should just clip me and Daniel's faces right now. You should just clip that.
You know what, you guys? What?
It's okay.
Oh
it's okay.
God, everybody's just sending shots at me. You know what? Get
what
out
the
of here,
Alabama
guys.
type reference? Look at this. There are people laughing at you. What is this? Where did you come up with this nonsense, Chris? What?
Oh, roll tide. Roll tide. Roll
you
tide.
Mentioned it earlier. You mentioned it earlier.
You know what?
And I
you know what?
just bypassed it because I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. But I'm not even going to give it any time. But this is just ridiculous. All right.
Oh my
so
God.
See this comment. You have to watch the
Madonna,
YouTube video. I'm not going to repeat this for the audio.
And Richard too. Look at that.
Look at it, Chris. You're just getting killed now. This is.
Yeah, I was right.
Just a quick little, yeah. Well, you know what? We had, and for everybody that's saying I've never heard it, up until that point I had never heard it either. But then we ended up being one of the questions that we used to ask at the end of the show. Like, hey, have you ever heard this? And we had like a stretch of like 4 or 5 guests in a row. They're like, yeah, I've heard it. And I was like, oh. We stopped asking it, and I stopped insulting Chris. So,
yeah, I mean, look, that's what it is. And Mr. Krebs is asking, whatever happened to Daniel's FIFA card?
The storage.
Yeah.
The storage.
I'm
trying to move out of here.
You don't remember, Mike V? What is the Appalachian Trail? What in the Appalachian Trail is happening? Listen, you weren't here for that. Come on. All I'm saying is that that's a saying.
And Italy Jet looks so confusing. For those that actually, now that I have a second here, 3-year anniversary of our show, and we're gonna. Last year, my wife was pregnant. I was about to have my second kid, and a lot of people were like that we were doing shows with for like the Marlins and the Heat, which just had a lot of different things going on. So we kind of stopped doing all the other shows that we used to do, and we kind of just focused in on the battered Herons and Las Garzas. But this month we're bringing them all back. If you are a Heat fan, we got the battered Heat coming back. If you're a Marlins fan, we got battered Marlins coming back next month. Battered Dolphins fans. So make sure you look out for that. And the reason I thought about it because Italy Jet is one of the people that helps us out with the battered Heat fans. So so if you are a fan of any of that, make sure that you look out for that. It's coming in the coming weeks. Going to start talking a little more other sports that we like to talk about. Stancio, Danny, you're moving? That soon, not yet. So,
and right here, Alabama type saying, "Ha ha ha, Nick, the joke's on you." It's a real saying, okay? Not just in Alabama, but like worldwide.
Well, apparently, where everybody's heard it is on Ted Lasso. Apparently, in their first episode of Ted Lasso, he says it, and everybody that came on the show that we asked, that's where they said that they heard it. So I'm assuming that's where Chris heard it, and that's where apparently everybody hears.
No. And Amanda's hoping we don't short anybody, and especially you guys on the Battered Herons content.
No. But I would appreciate the support on the other channels. But no, we're not. Everything is still gonna keep going as usual. The other shows won't be live. Actually, they'll be pre-recorded, and Battered Herons and Las Gatas are gonna be the only live shows that we still do. All right. So second half expectations. We are now done with the Champions Cup fail, Club World Cup success, I would say. First half of the year, 16 games in, only 3 losses. What do you say, Chris?
So
what are
we're
your
playing...
second half expectations? And we're starting off against Montreal, which, by the way, we're going to be on with our boy Alex from Montreal on Thursday night at 10 o'clock. Thursday night at 9 o'clock. We'll be doing the preview with him. So
we're going to be playing against Montreal. Then we got a juggernaut in New England, right? Campana's getting his revenge on us out in Boston. And then we got Nashville, who is a defensive juggernaut. Cincinnati.
Nashville has stepped it up, though. Like, let's go. I got the standings here real quick. So in the Supporter Shield, Nashville is 5th. And in the East, Nashville is 3rd. They have they don't have a game in hand. They've all played 20 games. But look, in the East, the top 7 teams, we're the only team that's played 16 games. Everybody else has played 20. So but Nashville has looked like a solid squad. They've only allowed 23 goals and they've scored 36. But look at that, we scored 36 also with 4 less games. But Nashville will be a serious game.
I mean, undefeated at this point.
That game's going to be a home game, too.
Mike V is predicting a Campapi hat trick. I mean, we might be cooked the next couple games. Danny. Brad has predicted it. And, I mean, look at the slew of games coming up.
Tell Mike V to pull down his skirt, his Ecuadorian initially.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Danny, we got a couple bangers.
Yeah.
And we got Cincinnati twice. And that's sandwiched in between a New York Red Bulls game on the 19th of July.
Oh, and thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
We had talked about doing a watch-along for Saturday. I know I'm going a bunch of sidetracks, sorry. Saturday, we talked about doing a possible watch-along, but it's 4th of July weekend, short notice. We've decided that if we're going to do it, we're going to give us at least 2 weeks to plan it out. So that game you just mentioned, the Red Bulls on July 19th, is it?
Yep.
On July 19th, if we do a watch along, a watch party in person for anybody that is local or will be in town for whatever reason, we're going to try to do it for July 19th for the New York Red Bulls away game. And not a watch along, a watch party. So everybody gets together in person. We get together in person in Wynwood. And shout out to Nick. My 40th is coming up soon, and Chris just had his 50th, so very cool.
Oh, my God.
So we're going to have a watch party, possibly July 19th. We'll give you a little more info later this week, and it'll probably be over in Wynwood, possibly at Grails, is the people that we've been talking to over the last couple of days.
So go out there, guys. Spend some time. We'll watch the game together. It's gonna be fun, and might do the post game after that there. So
yeah, we'll do the post game from that location also. Yeah. So
and
second half
Nolan
expectations.
Jensen, second half expectations. Nolan is saying Campana is gonna run circles around Lujan.
Do you think that we're gonna go all in on the Leagues Cup?
I think that we got a chance. I mean, I have to do some more research on these teams, but
do you think we'll go all in on it though? Like we're gonna try. We're gonna go and try to win it.
I think the smart bet would be yes, because we lost the CCC. We didn't really have a chance, but we made it as far as we could, farther than anybody expected in the Club World Cup. I mean, at this point, Danny, a couple months back, if I told you that we're not going to win the CCC, you would have said I'm crazy. It was laid out for us.
Not that you're crazy. I always thought that we were going to have a hard time in the final, but I do think that that was the goal, right? I thought like that we needed that.
Yes.
And then Bella saying that they would sell Suarez for the maximum. Nobody's buying Suarez. You can't sell him.
Ooh, you think so?
Nobody's who's buying him?
I don't know, dude, but I don't think it's a good idea to sell him because we got Obando behind him.
Obando might be good. We have no idea what Obando is. If you listen to Mike V, Obando's the second coming of Suarez.
All right, but Obando came on the pitch for a couple times in a couple games. He had opportunities. He didn't put him in the back of the net.
One game, one opportunity.
He had a couple.
What you keep bringing up. His first game, he had that one opportunity that he messed up. That's what you
blew it. He blew it.
That was it. He hasn't had
him, Baltasar, Gonzalo Lujan. What are we doing with them? But
I think that they're going to go all in on the Leagues Cup. I think that they're all in on getting any trophy possible.
To Emerson,
they're going to go for any trophy possible because they've kind of flamed out on the Champions Cup and now in the Club World Cup. Even though they didn't flame out in the Club World Cup, but I think they're going to go and try to win the Leagues Cup. They're going to go all in. They're going to have a big signing before the Club World Cup begins to hype up the Leagues Cup. And I think it's going to be hopefully it's a fun ride like it was 2 years ago. And if you go ahead and you win that trophy, that gives you a lot of momentum and good feelings to kind of finish off the season. MLS, it's a long tournament. Anything can happen, unfortunately. But you would hope that you could win the MLS Cup. But my expectations, MLS Cup, and I wouldn't hate winning the Leagues Cup just because it gives you a berth straight to the Champions Cup next year. So that's one positive. And just because I think it kind of gives you that positive momentum going towards the end of the season.
But now if we win, we talked about this earlier this season. If you win the Leagues Cup and you don't walk away with the MLS Cup, then it's a failure.
It's a failed season. Yeah, absolutely. But one comes before the other. So yes. I still would like the other one. Can Miami win the Shield? I'm sorry, let me take this comment off so we can see Miami there. So Miami's in 10th place. They at the moment have 29 points. They're 4 games in hand. So if they were to hypothetically win all 4 of those games, that's 12 points. That puts you at 41 points. Mm-hmm. And Philadelphia has 40. So, yes, it's absolutely within the realm of possibility that you can still win the Supporters' Shield. So after the next 2 games, you would hope, right? I don't want to say guarantee, but you could hope Montreal being the second worst team in the league right now, the only team worse is the LA Galaxy, you can beat them. So all of a sudden, you have 32 points. Even though other teams played this week also. And then you have New England. You could beat them also. Nashville, they've been inconsistent. They've picked it up recently, but they've been inconsistent all year long. I think we're okay. The worry that I have is those 2 games in 10 days against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Those games are going to be big. Those games are going to be big. Those Cincinnati games are going to be big time. But yes, we still, not that I care too much about the Supporters' Shield, but I definitely think that it's within reach.
Well, and the worst part is you have the game this weekend against Montreal. Then 4 days later, a game against New England. Then 3 days later, against Nashville. Then 4 days later, against Cincinnati. Then 3 days later, against the Rebels. Like, within the next 2 weeks, it's going to be a disaster.
On Thursday, because we're going to get our guest on, but our guest is going to come on half hour into the show because we're going to talk about Miami side of the things first, and then the second half of the show, we'll have our guest on to talk Montreal. So we'll talk about it on Thursday. But just a quick teaser, I guess. Do you think that we have all our players play on Saturday?
No, I don't think so. No? You think that the top 4 are going to play? You think Boosie, Messi,
if it was a home game, I do think that they would play.
No, but come on, we're going to Montreal. Who cares?
Well,
who cares?
You said that they're not going to play.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Who cares? They're not going to play.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they might not play.
Yeah, I think we're going to get the same thing that happened against Dallas. I think that's what's going to happen this game. It's going to be the Dallas squad incoming. But the problem is that Noah Allen's injured. We don't know if he's going to play. So you might see Jordy. Because if you've noticed, a couple months ago, Jordi was like one of the only ones that was playing, him and Busquets, right? Messi and Suarez were kind of like, playing tag back and forth to see who plays. But Jordi Alba, maybe he plays just because Noah Allen's not available.
Francisco asked, when's the All-Star game? It's on July 23rd. Now, the All-Star game, July 23rd, it falls right in the middle of those Cincinnati games. So it's Cincinnati on July 16th, Red Bulls on July 19th for our watch party. Then 4 days later is the All-Star game. And then 3 days after that, it's Cincinnati again. Would you put Messi to risk himself out there in an All-Star game, knowing that you have those two? It's sandwiched between those two Cincinnati games.
I mean, Danny, you know how I feel about that. You know what I told you about the All-Star game. He blew the MLS off last season.
What I think is that during that Red Bulls game, he's just going to come up with a random limp that's going to have to be taken care of, and he's not going to play that. That's what I would assume.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people hating on, well, not hating, but Dennis Lopez saying Busquets needs some time off. He looks washed.
Because he lost the ball against PSG. Come on, man. He had a good game against Porto.
Washed, cooked. Bella saying Busquets is lacking. The goal he let PSG score in the game would be unacceptable in the MLS.
You guys are brutal.
Look at this. Well, I mean, Amanda's here saying Boosie, Jordi, and Allen were definitely our most consistent starters. That's true. That's true. Yes. So, I mean, people are saying for sure that Boosie needs to rest. I do think, honestly, I'm not going to say he's washed, but I do think he does need to rest. I do think that he needs to rest, especially against Montreal. Montreal, bring our Dallas squad. Who is our Dallas squad? Let me look at our Dallas squad.
Yeah. Well, while you do that, I'll give my final thoughts before I throw it back to you. Final thoughts. I think people are doing the whole recency bias thing when it comes to when it comes to the hate that they've been getting with Messi needing to leave and stuff. Before the PSG game, people were happy. I still think that this team has the best roster in MLS. They should be favored to win every game and to win every trophy moving forward. And I do think that they'll still bring reinforcements. I don't think they need the reinforcements, but I still think that they'll bring reinforcements. And everybody should be in good spirits to start the second half of the year on Saturday.
So CS is saying Obando should start against Montreal. He started against Dallas. Karamaki played the 10. You had Fafa on the left, Alfonso on the right. You had Toto Aviles playing a CDM with Yannick Bright. You had Gonzalo Lujan, the Swiss Army knife, and Falcon playing center backs. Ian Frey at the right back, and Martinez was in the left back. We're gonna have to bring all those guys back on.
Yeah. All right. So your final thoughts, Chris?
Kata saying Bright was on his friend's podcast and said he will still be weeks out as he still feels pain. Tell Bright to come on here. Who's his friend? I want to see his friend. No, you don't want players? You still don't want players?
No, man. Players' interviews are so boring.
Okay, let's not. Guys, we might have a guy that rhymes with Pemerson Rodriguez on Monday. But my final thoughts are, Danny, we need to get into the deep in the bag because we're cooked. We need players, Danny. We need players.
But if you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all the good stuff. Watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. And for those of you in the chat, as always, you guys are the best part of the show. Thank you for 3 years. It's been really fun. We appreciate meeting some of you, talking to you guys, some of you guys offline, and we'll be back on Thursday to preview Montreal. And I'm going to leave you with a little blast from the fans, our old school intro. For those of you that were here back then, you might remember this. So we'll leave you with this, and we'll catch you guys on Thursday. So until the next one, have a good one.
What do you think about the Messi thing?
Anything else on the Messi front, Chris, before we move on?
No, I'm done.
I'm falling out. I told you, I never want to bring this guy's name up again.
I don't know, man. This Messi thing is just a freaking mess. What a disaster.
I don't want to hear this name ever again until it's official. But they're back.
Welcome.
Oh.
Welcome to episode number 1 of the Battered Soccer Fans. I am your host, Daniel Granada. Next to me right here, over here, my bad.
There
you go. We got Ben Borges, and below us, we got my man, Chris Duran.
What up? Good. You know, talking about soccer. I mean, it's a new world for me, but you know, it is what it is. I'd like to get into it.
The issue with Inter Miami, in a way, for me, it was like the hype, like the salesmanship that David Beckham had in the press conferences, right? Like, oh, we're gonna get Messi, Ronaldo. All you got was Blaise Matuidi and Higuain. Both
gonna get somebody like Messi next year. You're gonna get somebody like Messi next year. You're gonna get somebody like Messi next year. You're gonna get somebody like Messi next year.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.